You know, I was driving the other day and I saw someone tacking up a sign for a giant garage sale.
Oh yeah, everyone's doing that.
Right.
That's the easiest way to make some money. It's just to sell some stuff. People are having garage sales, they're having yard sales. That's the place for the small items, the portable stuff. Also, people are selling their stuff on eBay, on these online auction sites. Good place
Some
to go for the
people have made
collectibles.
serious dough.
Serious money. They've got over 85 million active members on eBay. So if you have collectibles, find out what they're worth, put them on eBay, see if you can get some money there. And of course, a lot of people are selling their gold, their jewelry at $9.50 an ounce. Right. It's a very good time to do that as well.
Yeah, and as we've done segments on here before, you have to pay attention to who you're selling it to
exactly.
to make sure you get the actual value as opposed to a fraction.
And get it appraised, go to
thereof.
a couple dealers, get some estimates, right.
All right, so if you're in a tight situation and you're really kind of coming up in a kind of a crunch, what about the idea of looking at everything you've got? What about the idea of selling some of your assets?
Right. You might be too heavily weighted in certain areas. You might have some doozies in your portfolio. It's actually a very good time to take a look at what you've got. If you have some losers in your non-retirement accounts, stocks, mutual funds, and you sell them, then you get the benefit of a tax break and you get the cash. Also, interest rates on CDs right now, very low. We're talking about 1%. So if you need money desperately, wouldn't be the worst thing to actually cash it out. Certainly better than actually putting an unexpected expense on your credit card.
All right, so I'm really up against the wall. Should I call my brother-in-law and ask to borrow some money?
Why not, Harry? I mean, the nice thing about borrowing from family members and from friends is there's no limit as to how much you can borrow beyond what they're actually willing to lend you. But to make sure your relationship stays intact, you want to have it all in writing. How much, the repayment terms, what the interest rate is. Or if you don't want to do that, if you feel uncomfortable, a lot of people are borrowing from strangers, peer-to-peer lending,
How does that work?
This is where investors bypass the banks and they go directly to you and lend money to you, the cash-strapped consumer, better rates, fewer fees than the large banks. They do it through these social lending sites, lendingclub.com, prosper.com. They are growing like gangbusters, Harry, because people don't want to go to the big banks. The big banks are unresponsive to their needs. They're looking for creative ways to get the money.
How interesting.
It's a booming business. They're expected to do about
$100 billion. So the lendingclub.com, prosper.com.
Those are just a couple of them out there. You go out there, you fill out a form, you fill out your profile.
Very interesting.
If the lenders are interested, then you could get up to $25,000. And the rates are good. You know, we're talking maybe 6 to 7%.
Other thing that people have done in the past and gotten them in trouble is using home equity.
Right, and those are getting harder to do that. I mean, they're limiting stuff. They're reducing your lines if you have a home equity line of credit. But if you're new to this game, it is still a low-cost alternative to getting cash. You do have to have good credit, mid-700s. You do have to have a sizable amount of equity, 20% or more. But it's an option.
And here's another one that's so interesting because when they first came out, people were saying, we're poo-pooing these. Oh, don't be going down that road. And now all of a sudden, reverse mortgages are starting to sound like a good idea.
More people are doing them because they need the money. This is an option for those older Americans, 62 and up, who have equity in their homes.
Serious equity, right.
Turn the equity into cash. They need the money desperately. There are fees, but of course the nice thing is you do get the money up front. It's tax-free, and you get to stay in the home. There's no repayment until you actually sell, move, or die.
Might have to consider that. There
it's
you
an
go.
option.
If your brother-in-law doesn't come through.
He'll come through for you.
All right, Vera Gibbons, thanks so much.